Hey guys, I figured I'd give you an update on the vlog. I had originally did a video on the installation of the e-bike kit, the 1500 watt, and it was kind of boring. I figured I'd just put it all in one video, would make it easier. So basically, I installed all the parts, the pass sensor and everything works. The kit works really well. The speed sensor, which goes on the back wheel, didn't come with any straps, so I couldn't put that on right now. I love the settings in the King meter. I love that. I got it set for like 9 different settings of speed right now. The gooseneck and the adapter for it came in. It gets rid of this piece here that was a little bit sketchy. You can see where I grinded it down. It was for the bars were like for half the size of that, but it worked. I'll leave a link in the description if you have an older bike and you want to upgrade the bars. You can get this separate from this. You get this, and this. I'll leave a link for that. And I also found a seat post that's an upgrade to this one here. It's either 25 or 27. It's the size of the seat post itself, but it doesn't have this crap here. I haven't used a seat post like this since 1980, and they're just as bad as they were back then. Every time I go for a ride, this seat is in a different position, and I've got it as tight as it'll go. So it's got to go. I don't like them. I never have. You hit one good bump and they just strip. So actually, the one that I'll leave in the description is actually the same brand as U-Pan bike, so it will match the bars. So that's all I really have left to do is the seat post and that gnarly shock there. I want to get something with the lockout on it. But the bike is starting to look really nice. And it rides great. It rides like a limo. The e-bike kit is very smooth. It could have a little bit more top end on it, but when I get the booster pack finished and wired up, I'm pretty sure at 60 volts it'll sing along quite nicely. What else? Oh, I changed the e-brake. You need that e-brake. Originally, I made another video. I said I wasn't going to add it. Yeah, I originally said I wasn't going to add it, but what I found with this bike, there's a little bit of a delay on the pass. So, like if I'm at a stoplight and I go and they get a green, and I go to start and I start pedaling and the motor kicks in. If someone cuts out in front of me, hitting the brake, I'm going to be fighting the motor because the motor's going to want to keep going. So you definitely need some kind of switch. Even if it isn't like it's not the high side e-brake, so it won't slow me down. But what it does do is it just kills the controller if I have to slam the brakes on. So basically, this one here, as you can see, it's just a black switch. It's not a reed switch, and then when you hit the bar, it turns it off. Works pretty good. See if you can hear it. Works anyway. I took it out for a ride today. I did a first haul on it. I had to go pick up some gas for the snowblower, and it was pretty heavy. Between the battery and the gas, it had a load on it. You could feel the load, but it wasn't something that felt like it was uneasy or you're gonna tip over or the back end was swinging or anything like that. It was solid. So the build's pretty good. I know it can take a load. Yeah, I told you about the bottom rails that I put on for the bags. The lights are all tied into the controller, so when the controller comes on, the lights come on. I'm pretty sure you can turn the lights off from the King meter. I haven't tried it yet. The controller still fit in there. There's a little bit of a gap there, as you can see. The reason I did that is there's going to be air passing it in the summertime because we get the heat waves, and it might help cool it a little bit more, especially if I'm running it at its potential, which would be a little over 60 volts. that's about it. I mean, you're not going to see much in the way of riding videos now because it's just way too damn cold. I might get the odd one in if it's sunny and cold, but lately it's been brutal. And even when I took it for a short ride today, it was like my nose was running the whole time. It was not an enjoyable ride, but I need to get the gas, so she's starting to look a little bit higher end now, which I really like. I mean, I've been riding for roughly 35 years. Yeah. And I'll tell you the truth, I'm not used to the Walmart bike parts. I stopped using those a long time ago. So the quicker I can get these parts replaced, the better. I hate them. One thing that does kill me though is these. I mean, people call these brakes here cheap because they're $60. But you know what? Back in the day, these were worth a lot of money. Like, I mean, they would be worth a lot of money. We never, back in the 80s when I was really into riding, like I did a lot of road riding, and I was in a few criteriums. And, I mean, hydraulic brakes weren't even a thing back then. You know, it was just basically, actually, the only thing, yeah, they didn't even have line brake cables. They just basically, it was just metal brake cables, and that was it. But lots has changed since then over the years. A lot of things that I don't like. I mean, I don't like the fact that they cut corners and put sleeve bearings in pedals. That's just retarded. And I mean, I've even seen headsets like that now. I'm like, wow, that blows me away. That they would just get rid of bearings altogether. So, I mean, some things I do like. I mean, I like a ball bearing race in my headset. It's just me. And I still have the axles that bolt on. I don't have the straight through axles where it's threadless and everything else. Never had those. But anyway, I'll give you an update when I get some more parts in. I'm still working on the booster pack. As you can see, it's getting glued together. I found this stuff here. It works pretty good for doing batteries. It's called Red Devil Kitchen and Bath. It's a low odor. You can't even smell it, but it does a great job at fastening battery cells. Nice and solid. I'll make another video on this, but it's got a long way to go. I gotta clean all the solder off, and then I gotta prep it for pads or nickel. Anyway, I'll let you go, and when I do an update on the bike, I'll make another video. Hey guys, I forgot to mention the kickstand. It worked flawlessly with the load today. It didn't feel like it was going to topple over or bend. The only thing you have to do is when you have a load on the bike and you go to kick it off the stand, you have to sort of hold the back end of the bike because it's going to drop like 2 feet and bounce violently, so you just got to sort of help it down off the kickstand and it's fine. I haven't had to weld it or adjust it. It stops right before it hits the chain. I'm pretty sure it'll go up to the chain, but it doesn't have enough spring to do that. But it hasn't moved or done anything that's going to get an indication that it's going to fly into a back wheel or anything. So I don't even think it'll reach this one. I don't have to worry about it. Look at it. Doesn't even reach the back wheel, but on a standard bike it would. So it works good. Later.